I'm on Instagram and I don't know what to do. I'm pretty good with Facebook, but I don't know what to do on Instagram. That's why I love Anna. Anna is the Instagram guru, and she's pretty good on Facebook too. I met Anna in my children's authors group. She is an amazing children's author, but even more amazing is her social media knowledge. And Anna's here today to give us tips and tricks to help us up our social media game. So, everybody, start filling in the comments with your questions so we can answer them. But first, Anna, just tell everyone a little bit about you and why you're doing what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Anna McCabe. I am a two-time self-published author of 2 different children's books. I have a website, www.authorannamccabe.com. I joined this group, your group, Francine, Children's Book Authors Unite. Oh boy, I want to say after I had written my second children's book had come out, and I was just feeling like I didn't have a community of other children's book authors like to bounce ideas off of. And so I joined this group and I met Francine and I met everybody else. And I found that I really had a niche for social media that the group was sort of lacking. So I had been sort of training myself on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, Facebook for years since I was in college. But Instagram for over the last about 3 years, I sort of like have quote found the secret sauce, even though the secret sauce keeps changing. But you find the secret sauce. And I have been able to utilize Instagram and Facebook to grow organically. So grow a great following. But also get the word out there about things that I like, digital products that I sell, including this social media 101 class. And that's a digital product I now offer. Your group also inspired me to open a digital bookstore called The Bookshelf. And it's for self-published authors of children's books only. And it's basically a curated bookshelf for, books that the big guys choose to pass up on, which we all know that self-published books are just as good as like traditionally published books. Francine, you are on there, which is, I love. Both your books are on there. And a couple other members of the Children's Book Unite group, they're on there. And yeah, so that's basically it. That's me in a nutshell. I also have just started, I'm getting some pings, Francine, they can't find the stream.
I know. Anna, can you put your Facebook page in the link? Something happened to mine and it's not coming up on Facebook.
Yeah, mine says view on Facebook, streaming.
Yeah, it is. Yours is streaming, but mine isn't.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I know. My YouTube is streaming, just not my Facebook.
All right. So where do you want me to put it?
Put it in this private chat and I'll send it to everybody.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Sorry, everybody. Tech difficulties. It happens.
It happens.
So that is one good lesson. Even everybody that knows what they're doing. So I do this weekly. Even people that know what they're doing, sometimes hiccups happen. Don't be afraid of just trying stuff, making mistakes, and learning from it.
Oh, yes.
Anna, okay, got to ask, have you ever made a funny mistake?
Oh, God. I've had, I think probably the worst, most embarrassing thing is I've had somebody walk up into a video of mine that should not have been there and was not appropriate. And I was like, oh my God. and was like immediately shoving my hand over the camera, like just went offline. I was like, oh my God. But things happen with little people. And when you have little people around, it's hard to keep those certain things from happening. And that's all there is to it.
Things happen with big people too. I remember when we first started streaming this show, Heidi dropped her camera right after we went live.
Oh.
And then there's also been a time when Heidi's birds got loose during the live stream. So anything.
Oh, you know what they're saying? It says it's a private event.
It shouldn't be. I don't know.
Okay.
YouTube should, but of course, if we're talking about it here, nobody's hearing us, right?
Yeah, it says it's a private event and they need to be invited.
Okay.
So the good news is that we're the only ones seeing it. Let me see if I can edit this event. Virtual Facebook Live, external link.
Well, we are live on Heidi's. I saw Heidi's.
Yeah, but she created the event, correct?
Correct. But that creating it shouldn't make a difference. This is a major tech glitch, but that's okay. Let me
Well,
go to,
do you want to, like, we can stop and try again? I mean, it's only us.
hold on. Let's just see what's happening on YouTube.
Okay.
We are live on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes, we are live on YouTube. So anybody who asked the question, I'm telling them to go to YouTube. Let me get that link for YouTube and tell anyone who asked to go there.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. Okay. We are live on YouTube, so let's keep talking and we could share it everywhere else later.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna just pop this over to, I think I might have found a link that worked because it was like, oh, you can invite people with this link. Anyway.
This is so strange. We've been doing this for 1.5 years now, and I've never had this happen.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Anyways.
Yep.
It's all good. Heidi's streaming. All of Heidi's stuff is streaming, and it shows you streaming. It shows my LinkedIn and my YouTube streaming. So we are streaming live.
All right. Sounds good.
So tell us, for those of us who are Instagram challenged, what is the first most basic tip? And I want you to give your first most basic tip, and then I know one of the things that I think is the most cool thing about Instagram is one of the more advanced things.
Okay. So my first basic tip would be, if you are going to start a Instagram profile for the purposes of selling a product, selling yourself, as in consultation, or getting the word out about like your small business, when you start Instagram, you should have a public account. You should not start with a private account. Start with a public account. Your profile, so you get, I think, like 150 or 100 characters to put in your profile on Instagram, should be super hyper focused on who you are, what you do, and who you help. And then the first thing I would start doing is reels. I would start sending out reels. And I would then share those reels to your stories and then follow up with your face on your stories. And that is how you will grow the quickest, the most organically.
Okay, let's talk about stories because that just still confuses me. What's
Stories.
Yes, what's the difference between a story and a post?
Okay. So a story is something, it is a quick, like raw, behind the scenes video that you take on your phone and you post it directly to your story, and it only lives for 24 hours. But the great part about stories is um, it has a lot of stickers you can use that are functioning. So you can use stickers to links, you can stickers to mentions, you can mention other people which will share your story, you can ask questions, you can create a poll, you can create a quiz. There's all kinds of things you can do on your stories that you can't do on your reels or your posts. So
Okay,
that's the
stickers.
main.
Stickers.
They're called stickers, yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, let's see. So when you go to post a story, you open up your Instagram, you go to your plus sign, and you're gonna want to toggle over to your story. So it's underneath, it's gonna be post story reel. And I'm just gonna take a quick video. Boop, boop, boop. Turn the volume down. And it gives you these little options over here. So the top one is to add text. The next one is what's called a sticker. The next one is to add trending audio. The one underneath that is to tag people in your mentions. And then the last one is to change the audio. And there's more if you drop down. But this is the whole menu of things you can do on your story. So you want to find the stickers button, and that's where all the fun stuff is. You can add picture frames and photo overlays and links and all kinds of fun stuff on your stories there. And then if you have both Instagram and Facebook, you can cross post, which we actually don't talk about in. We will share the replay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We actually don't talk about cross posting in Social Media 101 because it's complicated. Once you figure out how to cross post, it's actually really it's a really efficient way to post. There you are.
That was strange.
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
Tech difficulties. I love it.
Social media. So you can once you cross post, it's actually a really efficient way to post because you only have to post in one spot, which is amazing. Hi, ladies. I get a little overwhelmed with all the fun stuff. Somebody said.
Heidi is not a social media lover.
I know. It's hard. It's really hard. It's why I put this program together and this class together, because I can't tell you how many people I see on Facebook groups or in my own consulting or for even friends who own small businesses who are like, I am just so overwhelmed by just trying to run my business that I don't have time to like run a social media page. And it's a second full-time job, especially if you're a small business owner. But if you really take the time to like learn how to captivate people, it really is worth it. So yeah, it's this class has been sort of a lifesaver for a lot of people. And we just talked last week. So tell me, Francine, what did you learn from the class last week? Tell me maybe one or two things.
Well, the first thing you mentioned, the cross posting. I was on Facebook, it's sharing, and you share somebody's post, and that just makes sense. But I had another one of our children's authors, Justine, sent me a video she made on Instagram, and I wanted to share it. and I couldn't fit. I finally, and I think that's what you mean by cross posting. Is that
So
correct?
what I mean by cross posting is when you set up cross posting between your accounts, Facebook and Instagram, Instagram and Facebook, you only have to post in one spot and it automatically posts on your other profiles. So when you post on Instagram, for instance, I have it set up so that when I post on my Instagram account, whether it's a story, a post, or a reel, it automatically reposts to my Facebook page. So I don't have to do the work in two places. I only have to do the work in one place.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. I think you were talking about repost.
Repost. See all these terms.
I know. Well, the great thing is this
The course.
Social Media 101 course has a roadmap for you. We break everything down. I show you exactly where it is, what it looks like on the phone, what the symbol that it represents looks like.
You could write a whole book on just dictionary and all the terms.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody is like, I can't get to it. It's weird. Like my circle is like
Anna, would you like to come back next week and try again?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because there's so much to cover. We could still stay here and talk for another 15 minutes and have a whole nother session.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Let's do that.
Okay. So are we getting off of here or are we just going to continue?
No, let's keep talking because I'm live on YouTube right now.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so you learned about repost for Instagram. That was one of the things you said you learned about. And then do you have like one more thing that you wanted to talk about?
Trial reels.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I got at least 20 new followers just by posting a few trial reels.
Really, Francie?
They see Sparkle Feathers singing and follow me.
Isn't it amazing what people like, what captures their attention?
Right?
It's so funny. That makes me so happy that like you had a win like that. That's huge. But yeah, I'll talk all about trial reels. So, there's a caveat to trial reels, and a lot of people don't even know what trial reels is because so many people don't have access to it. And the reason they don't have access to it is because on Instagram, you have to have a certain amount of followers or a certain amount of views in 30 days to sort of like unlock trial reels. So you can't just like start up a new account and just start punching out trial reels. That's not how it works. So what's so great about trial reels is that trial reels gets punched out to only people who do not follow you. So complete strangers who have never seen your content before, that's where trial reels are being pushed. And you might say to yourself, well, what's the point of that? Like, I want my followers to see the content too. Well, the good news is they can see it. You can post your reel in both places. So you can post a trial reel and duplicate it and post it to your followers as well. So everyone can see it. But what I do, which some people recommend, some people don't, I put out a trial reel. And once it hits a certain amount of views, like if I see it sort of like the growth of the views starting to slow down, so let's say over a 48-hour period or maybe even like a week long, I watched those views in my trial reels to see like, is it blowing up? Like, are we in the hundreds of thousands of views, like heading towards millions? Or are we just in like the couple thousand range? So typically when I put a reel out for myself, within minutes, it usually has 400 views. So if I'm seeing that trial reel within minutes doesn't have 400 views, it's probably not a very good trial reel. Or maybe I didn't post it at the right time of day, which there's like this huge debate on Instagram and Facebook all about like, you have to post at 9 o'clock in the morning, 11 a.m. or 7 p.m. Like everybody is like, those are the times you post. But if you really want to know when the people who are following you are on Instagram, you can find that information on your Instagram underneath your professional dashboard. They will actually tell you when the people who follow you are the most active the day of the week and even down to the hour. So if you want to base when you post off that data, then you are going to get more views in those times.
But I see posts not necessarily on Instagram because I can't see when they were posted, but on Facebook, you could see posted an hour ago, posted 12 hours ago. So I'm seeing people's posts later after they posted them. So why is the time you're posting so relevant?
Okay, so that just might be specific to your Facebook settings, your feed settings. So that page you open where you see things that other people are posting and you're seeing them at like 4 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours, your settings actually might be set up to see most relevant posts instead of most recent posts. So if you're seeing things like hours and hours and hours later, that's probably like a setting on your Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to see more, let's say you're on a Facebook group. Let's say you're on my Facebook group, the Indie Author Revolution, and you want to see the posts like immediately as they happen. You have to go into the group and create your own settings to see instead of most relevant, most recent. So that's like a setting for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have our own settings for receiving and for.
Yes. So the data I'm talking about, I'm actually going to pull it up for you. The data I'm talking about, let me discard this reel that I made or story. So if you go to your Facebook profile and you go to your dashboard, you click on professional dashboard. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I am chatting with Sue. I think she has a question.
Oh, okay. So
we're finding ways around this tech.
This is great. I know people have been texting me too. So if you go into, I think it's views. Yes. So if you go into your views and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to get some data about who follows you. They're going to tell you the top cities in which people live. They're going to tell you the top countries in which people live, the age ranges of the people who follow you, the gender of the people who follow you. And then at the very bottom, oh, let me see. New followers. If you go back into your dashboard and click new followers and scroll all the way to the bottom there, that's when it tells you the day of the week that they're most active and the time. So the day of the week is up here. So you can change the day of the week. So we're on Sunday right now. So today's Tuesday. So my data is telling me that most of my followers are most active on Tuesdays between, let's see, the highest is noon and then 6 p.m. So yeah, man, Instagram does a really amazing job at like data analytics. And then you can go in, find those analytics, and then base your content based off some of that.
Do you notice a change in views whether I don't know, can you even schedule a post on Instagram?
Yes, you can.
Do you notice there's a difference in how many people see it scheduled versus spontaneous?
I have not noticed that, but if you have those analytics and you find that people are, let's say the people who follow you are most active like Wednesdays at 2:00 in the afternoon, schedule your content to go out at that time and see what happens. But I mean, it is most likely if you were to schedule it for the highest peak time that generally speaking, you are going to have more views. That's sort of like if this, then that type situation. You know
Got
what
it.
I mean? Yeah.
Got it. I think maybe that what I heard is if you schedule your post through a third party platform that they reduce the views.
Yeah, I could see why
Yeah,
they do that. Yeah.
maybe that's where I got that in my.
It's less authentic. The
Yeah.
content is less authentic. So like if you're pulling, for instance, like when we're on this right now, we're on Restream. If Restream does that like AI thing where it pulls clips for you and then you're posting those clips, that to Facebook and Instagram says you're not an authentic user. Even though you are creating the content here, it's you and me. There's nobody else here. There's no AI. It's just because it's coming from such a far outside source. They're like, oh, we don't like you, X.
Huh.
So, I mean, I'm sure there are ways around that. I don't know the data around how that works, but I have found, and in everything that I've researched, everything that is like live and authentic and your face speaks volumes to Instagram and Facebook. That's what they want. They want your content posted directly to their platforms.
Okay.
Yeah. So should we get back? Do you want to start talking about trial reels again? Because I feel like
wait. I'm sorry. Let's hit some questions since we got them.
yeah.
How long should a reel or story be?
Okay. So the difference between how long can it be and how long should it be is a very important conversation. So reels can be up to 90 seconds long, and so can stories. If you are captivating enough in a story, let's say you have like a really amazing announcement to make, something really great happened to you today, like a publisher contacted you or you got invited to this great event, like get on your stories right away and talk all about it for the 90 seconds. But get to your point in that first 90 seconds, because we talk about this in the class, but every successive story you have, you actually lose views. So the most amount of people are going to watch the first 90 seconds of your story. Only 75% of those viewers will watch your next story. And then every story after that, you will lose between 10 and 15% of your viewers. So if you have something really important to say it in your very first story and make sure it's the first story of the day. So all your other content has cleared out from the day before. Say what you want to say, have it be the first thing people click on.
Great information.
Okay. So now, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, she says she doesn't have an Instagram account, but yet.
Oh, we've got to set her up with one.
Right. How often should you be posting?
Okay. So I just saw a great reel the other day all about this. So Instagram and Facebook, everybody is like, you have to post every single day. And that's actually not the case. But what Instagram and Facebook wants you to do is post consistently. So if you can only post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m., you stick to that schedule. You stay consistent to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Instagram loves that. It's expected. Your followers are waiting for it. So the more consistent you are, not necessarily consistency every single day, but staying consistent in your schedule is more important to the algorithm than just posting every single day randomly here and there.
There's that important word, the algorithm.
The algorithm.
Yeah. I know that could be a topic of several hours. Can you just explain it shortly to a newbie?
Okay. The algorithm is basically the science behind how, when, and where your content gets shown. And Facebook and Instagram have slightly different algorithms. They would probably disagree, but I'm pretty sure they do. And I'm getting so distracted by this person who wants to watch us but can't watch us.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Let's see if I can find. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay, so algorithm. So it's sort of the beast behind the push of the content. And it loves consistency. It loves being trained. You can actually train your algorithms. We had a whole class on that before. How if you want to push your content to certain people or demographics, or let's say you want to push all your content to libraries, you need to be engaging on Instagram and Facebook with libraries and with people who work at libraries, or with the library itself, or maybe you follow I don't know, we have this musician in town who is always at the public library, and he bounces around from library to library. So like I follow him and I engage with him because his content is always following, is always showing up on library content. So you can actually train your algorithm by engaging and following and reposting and resharing content of other accounts that are in the same niche as you, so that when you push content out, it goes to those people. So that's basically the algorithm.
Oh, that is like.
I know it's I'm sure there's so much more to it, but like I'm really just like dumbing it down, because the more you talk about it, it's like there are so many theories around the algorithm, and how, like, we were talking the other day on our class and somebody was like, I heard if you put your clickable link in the first comment on Facebook, it actually reaches more people than if you put a clickable link in the actual, in your actual content box. And I'm like, I have literally never heard that before.
What I've heard is that Facebook doesn't want you to get people off of Facebook. So if it's a link going to another Facebook event or page or something, then it's okay. But if you're sending them to your website, they don't want you sending people away from Facebook.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. They want people to stay on Facebook. But what doesn't make sense to me is this particular client I've been training her to put links directly in her stories to her website, and her engagement is up. So I'm not really sure I believe that, to be honest. I mean,
interesting.
Yeah,
well, another rule in social media is just when you get it figured out, they will change it.
Right. That's what I just said at the very beginning about the secret sauce. You figure out the secret sauce, and within minutes, the secret sauce has changed. And they won't tell you that, but it's 100% true.
So I know what I used to post on Facebook used to get hundreds of views. And now I'm lucky if I get 100.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, and it's more about the monetization than the views. My reach has gone down, and my monetization has been cut down by about 75%.
What do you mean
same exact stuff?
What do you mean by monetization? Because that means something else to me. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm monetized on Facebook.
Oh.
And I have received in my PayPal account up to $25 from Facebook for posting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And now I'm noticing, like, if I get 1,000 views on a post, and then 1,000 views on a post is usually when I won an award and people are congratulating me.
Right.
I used to make $1 or $2 off of a post like that. Now I'm making a nickel or a dime.
Oh, so they're basically like, they basically cut your pay.
Basically, yes, they have cut my pay.
You need more views, but we're going to pay you less for more views.
Exactly, which means I have to figure out how to get even more views to get the same
Mhm.
amount of money I used to.
You know, that's one thing that I have not figured out how to do on Instagram and Facebook. It's available to me. They tell me all the time, you have access to monetization. You have access. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do it. I wouldn't even I
Oh,
haven't
maybe I could
done
teach
it.
you something.
Yes. So I just want to check in really quick. It's 5:05.
Oh, we've been having, well, actually, we've been having fun talking, but we've also had
Let's just to ourselves.
we've had quite a bit of tech glitch too. But you want to wrap it, well, wait, finish your thoughts on trial reels.
Okay.
Then we'll finish there.
Okay, so we'll pop back to that. So we talked about how trial reels go out to non-followers only. If you have access to them, you want to keep your trial reels between 5 and 7 seconds long. You want to have some sort of transition in your video if it's captivating, like a hair flip or like a flash of something or like a cheers with your coffee cup, right? There's all kinds of like transitions. People are doing this really cool thing right now where they put text on the screen and they actually duck underneath their text. And
Yeah, I've seen that.
I have got to learn how to do this. So some sort of transition between 5 to 7 seconds max, if you can. You want to have a really captivating hook. So a hook is basically like the short text that goes directly on the page that sort of stops people in their track to be like, oh, what does she have to say here? Like, this is fascinating. And then they, swipe to look at your your comment box or your content box. Let's see. Trial reels is best for testing like risky content. So if you are trying to find like a new niche, or maybe you're trying to connect with a different group of people that you wouldn't normally connect with, or you want to try everything in trial reels. And what's great about trial reels is if it takes off, you let it take off and you leave it until it stops taking off. And then you can share it to everybody later. So it's almost like it's new content. Like I punch stuff out of my trial reels almost every day, so I don't have to make content every day.
I've noticed that if I get enough views on the trial reels, it automatically shares to my main feed. I swear I didn't do that.
I saw Heidi's name in it, but I don't know why.
I don't know what just happened there. But anyways, finish your thought.
Okay. Now I'm like, where was I? You said it automatically shares. It should not automatically share.
Huh.
So when you put a trial reel out, you have to like give it permission to go over to your.
Oh, maybe I did give it permission.
You probably did. There's like a button that says like share to everyone, or share to followers, and you can click that button and it punches over.
Okay, maybe I did that without realizing it.
Yeah, that's definitely not automated.
Okay. I don't know why, but Sue said margarita.
Margarita.
Is it margarita time, Sue?
Oh, it must be. Yeah. So I don't know if you can hear me. You probably can't. I don't know where you're watching, but we really need to get you an Instagram account because she's trying to build, right? She's trying to build this series of books, which is going to be a challenge, but I feel like her life situation with her trying to build these books with her son is really beautiful, and it's really authentic, and it's such a part of her life that it will just scream on Instagram. Like people will be like mind blown by this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. She said that you said something about toast and coffee, and she said she's thinking margarita.
Toast and coffee. Maybe she meant bread and butter.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she means like the reels are the bread and butter of Instagram. Right. Yeah, I think that's what she means.
But I agree with you. Sue's son is so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what she wants to talk about Friday. So now let's talk about Friday. For anyone
Okay.
watching now, every Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a group of children's authors that get together and we talk about stuff like this. We talk about how to get on podcasts. We share information about events coming up. We help each other with feedback and proofreading, and we bounce ideas off of each other. If you are a children's author, if you think you want to be a children's author, let me know and I will get you on the Zoom invite list. This is a meeting on Zoom every Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, where you can learn all about how to do everything that it takes to be an author after it's published.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me, Francine. And anyone who's interested in this digital product, it's called Social Media 101. You can purchase it on my website, www.authorannamccabe.com. It's a digital download, so you get the whole presentation as a PDF. You get all the how-to videos that walk you through, like how to create a reel, how to create a story, how to find trending audio. And you also get the live class that I taught. Edited. It's edited way down because it was like almost 2 hours long. So I cut out a lot of the fluff. So you have a nice, clean, crisp class that you can follow along with as well. And it's only $27. One woman was telling me she was looking at her like local college to see if they had like adult college to see if they had like a social media class. She's like, I would have paid $1,000 to take a class.
Absolutely.
Media. I was like, oh my
Absolutely.
God. Yeah. So my class is cheap. It's only $27.
And we appreciate it.
Thank you, Francine. It was great teaching it, and thank you for having me here. I guess we can try
We
again next week.
will, yeah, we will do this again for sure.
And you're gonna post it, right? So
Yeah, I will share the YouTube to Facebook, and so anyone who didn't connect with us today will get the replay.
awesome. Thanks, Francine.
Thank you, Anna.